Want to pay more tax? Take Social Security early. It's okay. You want to pay more tax? Hey, man, it's good for you. So what we're going to do, we're going to look here at, what's it, hold on a second. We're looking at old Diane Sample here. All right, she got $500,000 in an IRA, and we just put in a 60-40 portfolio, nothing fancy. All right, and you can see right here we're giving her expected rate of return of 5.3% with a standard deviation of 10.2. All right, and it's all in a pre-tax account, so she's going to have to pay whoever is Uncle Sam, in this case the goat Trump, and then probably at some point Sniffy Joe's, let's see, Hunter Biden will probably be president next time. So she's going to have to pay somebody taxes, that's for sure. All right, so then you see that. So now we go to profile, we say, hey, she's going to retire at the end of this month. Well, I guess now it's March 1st. So she just retired at the ripe old age of 62. All right. And she needs about $50,000 a year. $4,000 a month is her monthly expenses. All right. What about health care? That's included in there. Always cracks me up. We're going to have her live until she's 90 years old. All right. And we're going to have her income being Social Security. Her Social Security benefit at her full retirement age will be $3,800 a month. All right, so we got Diane here. Diane Sample, $500,000 in her IRA. Expected rate of return right about 5% a year, 5.3 to be exact, with a 10% standard deviation. That means on any given year, she could be down 25% or up 35%. All right, I just got out of the shower, and I just combed my hair, but it doesn't look, my luscious locks aren't looking all luscious, that's for sure. Maybe I got to use some Pert. Remember Pert, where they always had the hot chicks going like this in their hair? You're like, oh, man, Pert. Remember P-E-R-T? They still even make that? I don't know. Anyway, so we got, then she needs $50,000 here. All right, so we're going to have her doing three different things. We're going to have her taking Social Security at 70, Social Security at 67, and Social Security at 62 to see what we can do here. All right, so let's go to retirement. And you can see the full retirement age is when she's taking Social Security. So she has 100% probability of success, meaning she never runs out of money. And she leaves to her little numbskulls $270,000. Not too shabby. All right, so let's look at cash flows. Check this out. Go to cash flows summary. And hold on just a second. You can see she's spending, and this is her first year. We already have January, February behind it. So she has 10 months of spending $4,000 a month. So you can see right here, she's going to end up spending $50,000 when you factor in taxes. $50,000 on a $500,000 portfolio is a distribution rate of 10%, which would obviously be suicidal if she did that for the rest of her life, but she won't. $49,000 plus taxes. Why is she paying these taxes? Because she's pulling the money from her IRA. And then you'll see right here, once Social Security kicks in, remember $3,800 a month is her PIA, primary insurance amount, adjusted with a 2.4% inflation, that's $52,000 by the time she's 68. Well, $52,000, she's expending, because we're using basically a 3% inflation, $58,000 by that point. So she needs $5,572 from her portfolio, which means there's basically no taxes. Now, she will have some RMDs, which will have more tax. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, how much is total taxes? You're going to pay about $113,000 of total taxes at 67. All right, I'm just keeping notes here. $113,000 of total taxes at 67, and she's leaving, what do we say, $270,000 behind, I think. Yeah, $270,000. All right, so now let's have her taking Social Security at 70, just for giggles here, and we got to go Krakow. So now imagine this will probably be lower than, only 91%, and she's leaving less money to her downstream. But she has a 91% probability, 100% if she takes at 67, leaving less money, leaving more. So in this case, you probably don't want to take it at 70. But let's go to cash flows, and let's see what we're looking at from a tax perspective. And she's going to pay $98,000. $99,000 in taxes, right there with a 91% probability of success, and I think she's only leaving $141,000 or something like that. I can't remember. So you can see she's really, if we go back to retirement analysis, she's really paying a lot of tax on the front end for basically 8 years. And you can see she's, look at that. Yeah, that's not gonna work well for anybody. No one's gonna be like, oh, that works, man. I can just dive into my portfolio. Yeah, that's not gonna be feasible because by the time she's 70, she only has $117,000, and now it's gonna pick back up once Social Security kicks in. But that's a bridge too too strong. So we're not going to do that. So 70, even though she does pay a little bit less in tax, that's not a very beneficial. That's not. We don't want to do that. And you can see right here, this is at 67. She's dropping her portfolio to right about there, about $273,000 by the time she's 67. When Social Security kicks in, she's basically leveling off and starting to go up a little bit. All right, so now let's have her taken at 62 as early as possible, possible, as we like to say in France, possible. And we're going to see what we're looking at here. Probability. Ooh, now her probability of success is only 80%. Yikes, 80%. She's leaving 154, and let's see how much taxes she pays. So this won't be good, and she's going to pay $116,000 in tax. So in that case, she's paying $3,000 more in tax, taken at 62, and she has a less probability of success. It goes from 100 to 80, and she's leaving a little bit more than half downstream. So we don't want to take at 70. We don't want to take at 62 either. She does pay more tax at 62, leaves less money, has a lower probability of success. That doesn't make any sense. Now, we can do this this is her living until she's 90. If we have her, kicking the bucket at 85, let's take a look what happens if we kick the bucket at 85. Because the issue is I'm only giving her a 5.3% return on her portfolio. So the longer we live, the better my conclusion would be that she should take it later. That's just simple. If you get a better rate of return than what I'm showing you, then you want to probably take Social Security earlier. Because, hey, if I'm getting 9-10% a year, that's more than delayed earnings credits for sure. But the facts are, if we're getting a lower rate of return and we still live longer, in this case, she's going to live another 28 years till she's 90. Yeah, she's going to pay more tax and have less probability of success if she takes it earlier than later. So let's just have her kicking the bucket at 85 years old, and let's see what it looks like. So again, 70 is off the. We're not even going to compare 70 because that doesn't make any sense. So here we can go 85 years old. She's going to die, and let's see if we do the two. Still get 100% probability of success if she takes at her full retirement age. 89% probability of success if she takes at 62. Let's see from a tax perspective, which is more cash flows. 80,000 at 62, and then current plan is going to be, let's see, 77,000. So again, it's just. In fact, let's just do one other thing here. We'll have her kicking out at 80. I don't know why you do that, but let's just say at 80 years old, she'll kick the bucket, and let's see what we got here. From a tax perspective, and yeah, so again, if she dies at 80, she leaves a little bit more money. If she takes at 62, 97% probability, 100% probability she takes at 67 and leaves about 10,000 less. Let's see what a tax perspective is. This is her dying at 80, and current plan 54,000 if she takes it at 67. Then if she takes that 62, it's going to be, I imagine it's going to be a little bit more, I think. Let's see, taxes, about the same amount. So it really depends on the two things, your expected rate of return. And I just don't think you should expect a high rate of return. I think you always want to err on the side of caution. And then B, how long you're going to live. In this case, even if she only lives to 80, it doesn't make sense to take Social Security at 62. It's pretty close in that regard. But if she lives to 85, it doesn't make sense. If she lives at 90, it certainly doesn't make sense. So, yeah, I thought it would be a fun exercise to do. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 90,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need help, dudes. So help me. Help your old buddy Josh. All right. God bless. Smash that like button, and we'll see you.